and once in English. Dosum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Nondro Kondak De Chinang Sangwe Barche Jiwada Sampalunji Drupa Jinji Lob. Inner and secret obstacles, and spontaneously fulfill our aspirations. Sangye Chodang Soki Chognam Zhongshu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dakji Jinso Gipe Sonam Ki Dakji Jinso Gipe Sonam Ki Drola Penshir Sangye Drupar Shok. In Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, we go for refuge until fully awakened. Through the power of generosity, ethics, patience, enthusiastic effort, concentration, and wisdom, for the sake of all beings, may we realize and demonstrate our innate goodness. We remind ourselves that the great yogi Milrepa sang, "My body is the holy mandala itself, wherein resides the Buddhas of all times. With their blessings I'm freed from all needs and attachments. By day and night I offer them up. Happy am I to do without material things, knowing that all beings in the 6 realms of samsara are inherently Buddhas, and all the 3 worlds the self-creating, measureless Trikaya Palace. Whatever I do is the play of the Dharma Dhatu, ultimate reality. Whoever I'm with is the Yidam deity. Wherever I stay is the Buddha's abode. Happy am I to forego outer supports, rituals, and symbols." Alright. So as we begin this practice today, I lean a lot into being in this, staying in this ease. Ease is not struggle, and we don't struggle to get to ease. Ease is ease. When we sit in ease, we sit in ease. It's not about sorting through all of the mental baggage. It's not about reorganizing your way of thinking. It's about sitting in ease. So take maybe even a little bit, if you need to slump a little bit, slump a little bit. If you need to lean back, lean back. Feel ease today. Our practice this morning, I want you to just feel ease. So we're just going to take a few sky breaths, sky breaths of ah. Lama Surya says it's the shortest mantra, ah. And think about what ah feels like, when you slide into the hot tub, when you slide into that hot bath, or your warm bed, or maybe this time of year it's your cool sheets against you, and you or your favorite chair, that's what ease feels like. So I want you to take all that tension that you're feeling inside you, all of that struggle, and just let it go in the ah breath. So you take that deep breath diaphragmatically, so breathe in, feel belly move out, And then just as loud as you want to be or as quiet as you want to be. Just ah until there's no more breath. Ah. Breathe in again. Hold it for just a moment. Let all of that tension just build up in the holding of the breath. And then just let it out. Ah. Like emptying a balloon. Take another deep breath into that lower belly. Hold it, but hold it with ease, not struggle. Sky breath. I like to do it like this. Ah, like I'm flying. Just let it all out. Let it all out. Let that struggle out. So remember today as we sit, as you find yourself distracted in a thought or distracted or struggling with your posture, make an adjustment. Make an adjustment till you find just that right and sit in that. Sit in that, and when things start to disturb that come back to it. That's my I'm going to go right there. So close your eyes and straighten your spine. Not too tight, not too loose. That's natural body. Think of the ease of the natural body. This is where we are. Pay attention to your breath for a few moments. Breathing into the diaphragm with ease. Not trying to pack every corner of your lungs. Just letting the breath find a natural rhythm, coming and going like ocean waves. You say body like a mountain. Mountain's not struggling. Mountain's sitting in ease, being mountain. You say breath like the ocean. It's just coming and going. It's not trying to come and go. It's just coming and going. It's not struggling with its coming and going. It's just coming and going. But you don't have to follow that activity. Getting pulled around by the nose. Instead, just decide to sit in this ease of Aware that sometimes we get distracted. Aware that sometimes we have discomfort. Think of newborn babies that just sit curiously looking around. Not yet sure what a thought is. Not sure yet what a sensation is. Their little bodies sitting with ease. Not tension. Just letting the body be the body. Breathing, because breathing's natural. Not thinking about it. Not even trying to get to know it. Just letting it breathe. So set that intellect aside. Let that task list just fall away. Aware that you're sitting, aware that you're breathing. Just noticing. Picture in your mind a mountain. Wherever it is. Whatever season it is. Doesn't matter. But think about it. It's covered with life. Ever-changing. Stable. Grounded. Deep. Wide. Stable. Yet changing. Mountain is not trying to be mountain. It simply is. It is what it is. Beyond and before its name. Now picture in your mind that vast, deep, blue ocean. Its depth, width, consistency. Teeming with life and death, coming and going. Pervasively filling all the spaces. Fluidity. And ease of being. Ocean just being as it is. Beyond and before its name. And now imagining the vast, wide sky. Spaciousness. Sky is not affected by what's in it, what's in its vast emptiness. Simply is as it is, vast, empty. Mountain, ocean, and sky being as it is, beyond and before a name, a term. Simple isness. All interconnected, all touching each other, not separate, not interdependent. They are interdependent, sorry. Ah. Remember your ease of ah. We'll do a japa meditation of Om Mani Padme Hum japa on our beads 108 times. The jewel is in the lotus, the ease of being lotus. No matter if it's mired in mud, blooming, being lotus. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. By the blessings of the Triple Gem, may the minds and hearts of all beings be attuned to the sublime Dharma. Bless us to move forward on the path of true understanding. May the way be cleared of all impediments. Bless us that the elusive vision may appear in the light of the transcendent wisdom of Buddha. May unskillful thoughts and actions cease to arise. Bless us with the awakening of true love and compassion, and may all beings realize perfect enlightenment. May we all realize perfect enlightenment. So I want to talk a little bit today about our practice. And we've been going through the Lojong teachings. We're on part 4, about to enter part 4 today. And I wanted to talk about what practice looks like, because I am no different than anyone else, and I have overcomplicated in my time of practice. I have overcomplicated that practice and become overwhelmed by it. I have become stuck in it at times because I maybe misunderstood at the time what its purpose was. And so I want to clear that up today and hope maybe I am the finger pointing at the moon of your understanding. That practice and all of the opportunities for practice, I've been, as a little side note, I've been um, sitting with other people's meditations, other teachers' meditations. I, firmly believe to be a great teacher, I must be a great student. I have to be a great student. So I am daily doing some other people's meditations. I was sitting with Joseph Goldstein's meditations this morning on 10% Happier, which is really lovely. And I have enjoyed Joseph over the years. He's a very funny man. I enjoyed meeting him with Lama Surya Das years ago, and his humor caught my attention, so I give him my attention, because funny people to the front of the line. So I was reminded in the couple meditations I've done with him over the last couple days of the ease of what I was talking about in our meditation, the ease of just ease. And that is where we all want to be. So if you think about some of the practices that we do, whether it be yoga, whether it be breath, energy, whether it be meditation, these are all pieces to help us learn to settle. Settle our minds, settle our bodies, and not get so mired in the reactivity. This is the important understanding. These are all tools. To be fit, you got to work out, right? You got to do your stretches, you got to do your cardio, you got to do some weights, maybe some, resistance. You have to pay attention to your nutrition, and it all ends up being a fitter body, right? So if we think about all of these things as parts of our enlightenment workout, whether it be breath, whether it be reading, whether it be, reading Buddhist text or books about meditation or enlightenment or prayer and contemplation, or just books that open your mind, exercises that open your mind. And meditation is a really good tool. It's a really good tool. It's it's our cardio, it's our nutrition, it's our weights, it's our bands. So, but it's not the end of the game. Not the end, but the place that we want to end up, the center of the mandala, is the ease of just being, not the resistance to what is. The ease of being in this experience. The ease of being in this body, but not of this body. And that may be hard to grok or grasp, but in time, when we learn to just let things come and go and not be so reactive, when that thought comes that's uneasy or disturbing, and we can let it come and go, let the reactivity come and go with it, what we're left with is ease. The ease of just noticing and being and staying in that awe, staying in awe. Oh. Ah. Our 3 seed mantras that we use so much in this practice are Om, Ah, and Hum. Om is grounding. Ah is ease. And Hung is the wisdom of that. Om Ahung. Body, speech, mind. Om Ahung. So when you're struggling with your practice or struggling to find the purpose in that practice, you can point your attention toward your ease and cultivate that ease. Cultivate that, start with physically. Physically, how can I relieve some of the stress and tension that I'm feeling in my body? When you notice it, you can do something about it, right? So when you realize there's a little crimp in your back that's making you a little cranky, and you snapped at 3 people because you're a little cranky, that you can learn, how can I support this better? Finding a different posture, maybe standing, maybe walking around, doing a few stretches or something, just find that place of ease. Do it with your breath too. You realize you're shallow breathing. It's stress breathing. It's just as simple as that. If you're not breathing diaphragmatically, it means your body is preparing for some stress. So we can see as anxiety mounts, that's the body's responding to a thought or a belief that danger or action is imminent. So we can be aware that that is what the physical and physiological response is in the body. So just be aware, that's what's happening. And through that awareness, we can apply a little ease. Okay, I'm going to get through this because I understand what it is. It's not so much just a terrible experience. It's, look what my body's doing. Look what my mind is doing to prepare for whatever. Thinks that the tiger is going to bound out of the woods, which, you should feel a little terror and run. So I hope that's a little bit helpful. And as we move into part 4 of this, this is called essentializing the practice for an entire lifetime. And it says this: the essentialized heart teaching train in 5 powers. And those 5 powers are the power of determination, the power of familiarization, the power of virtuous cultivations, the power of utterly disowning the cause of suffering, also known as attachment, the power of prayer and dedication. It goes on to say those 5 powers with key practices are the bodhisattva way to release the mind at death. You didn't know there was a closing down sequence, did you? Shutting down sequence of the death process. Interesting, huh? So the power of determination. How do we get through it? How do we get through what we have to do? By doing it. I love what Mel Robbins has taught in the 5-second rule. She says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Go. Whatever it is, that stuff that we don't want to do, guess what? We're never going to want to do it. So how do we get through it? Determination. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just go do it. Just go do it. Load the dishwasher. Yep. Go vacuum. Go let the dog in. Go pay the bill. Go to sleep. What are we going to do? The next thing is what we're going to do. And determination, I also like the word devotion. I am devoted to easing my suffering and my struggle. I'm devoted to that. That's why I do all this, so that I don't feel anxiety and depression so deeply. Yes, they're going to occur physiologically, mentally, emotionally. These things all occur. I know that they will, but I can navigate a little bit easier knowing what is happening. The power of familiarization. This is part of what we do in our meditative practice, and that is sitting with discomfort. And why do we sit with discomfort? We become familiar with it. It's like when we, maybe that person that we dread, there's that person at work that you dread. You walk into the break room and you think, oh shoot, she's here and she never shuts up. And what do? Run. Run. Or try to ignore her. Maybe don't make eye contact, right? She's going to be annoying. And day after day, she's there, making her lunch. And it's not so bad. And you can just make your lunch. Get your lunch. Sit down and have your lunch. Maybe even have a kind word or two. Just tolerate. Through familiarization. It's not so bad, right? So when we can identify, oh, that's what an emotion looks like as it arises. That's what pain looks like. That's what suffering looks like. We become familiarized with it, and it's not so bad, right? We learn to navigate it and around it. The power of virtuous cultivations. This means we need to stop through our awareness practice as we see the thoughts arise that are not healthy, that we stop them virtuously. Stop them. Don't perpetuate it and think, oh my God, she's so annoying. Just stop. That's not where my kindness lives. So, my t-shirt yesterday I was wearing says, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. So virtuous. Do that thing instead of the judgy, crappy thing, right? Because we have an opportunity when we are aware and notice what's occurring. Again, through determination and familiarization, we can have virtuous cultivations. We can have better thoughts, intentional thoughts. The power of utterly disowning the cause of suffering. That's attachment. Attachment equals suffering. If you want to get a tattoo with that on your arm, do it. Attachment equals suffering. Suffering equals attachment. When I'm struggling, when I'm suffering, look for the attachment. It's the closest one to you. It's the closest one. So, if you're feeling restless, what is that? Fear. Fear of what? Fear of not doing something and being judged. Fear of not doing the right thing. Maybe I should stay in action. Fear of if I sit down, it may end. If I don't pay attention, that everything that I don't want to happen will happen. Understanding that attachment is at at the helm. When we realize, oh, that's attachment. Oh, that's attachment. Again, with familiarization. Ah, that's attachment. Loses its power, right? Last one, power of prayer and dedication. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Prayer and dedication. Sounds like woo-woo stuff. Sounds like I'm praying to the gods. I'm doing something. To me, it's an offering. It's an offering of respect to this path. Understanding why I'm doing it. Gratitude for the reason that I do it. And for those who came before and showed the way, and some of those who came before and mucked it up, so that we can see that too. Right? Because that's teaching as well. There's great teaching in both accurate and inaccurate teachings. Right? Because we get to determine in this practice. We are not told what to believe. We have to investigate it for ourselves. And I am grateful for the opportunity to look over someone else's thoughts that they took the time to meticulously scribe, or maybe not so meticulously, and understand value or not. We get to decide. Yeah. Power of determination, power of familiarization, power of virtuous cultivation, power of utterly disowning attachment, the cause of suffering, and the power of prayer and dedication. And knowing that those are our controls at the end of life as well. There's thoughts, ideas that many of the practices that we do will help to ease our suffering at that time. Ease the struggle. So, keep that in mind. So as we begin to kind of close the service itself, those who are on social media, if you'd like to participate in the Zoom discussion, which I highly encourage, we're a great group of human people. Go to kansascitybuddhistcenter.com. There's a banner right across the top, and you can click on that, and it'll get you right to the credentials to jump into the Zoom with us. I'll see you knocking, and I'll open the door for you. So we'll shut down these social channels in just a moment and continue on our Zoom for a little short satsang and check in, and we can talk further if there's questions or practice issues. It's a great place to do that. So, as we begin to close the official session, I'll read the 4 Dharmas of Gampopa and Longchenpa. Listen to the words. I repeat these weekly because they're important. The 4 Dharmas of Gampopa and Longchenpa, followed by the prayer for 10 accomplishments, and then that bodhicitta dedication that we also love. Bless and empower us that our minds and hearts turn toward the Dharma, the teachings. Bless and empower us that our Dharma practice becomes the path. Bless and empower us that path truly dispels confusion. Bless and empower us that confusion itself dawns as primordial awareness. May we realize true sincerity and integrity, inner purity of mind, dispassionate equanimity toward all we see, right understanding of this dreamlike world and the next, loving compassion toward others, and the genuine intention to be helpful in alleviating suffering. May we directly perceive the truths of impermanence, mortality, and interconnectedness, relinquish wandering thoughts and rampant desires, accomplish freedom of mind and clarity of spirit, remember with gratitude those who have gone before and shown the way, and vow to reach together full and complete enlightenment. Zhangchu Psem Chokren Poche Makye Panam Ke Yurchi Ke Panyam Parme Bayong Gong Ne Gong Du Perwa Sho Zhangchu Psem Chokren Poche Makye Panam Ke Gyurchi Ke Panyam Parme Bayong Gong Ne Gong Du Perwa Shok. May the pure, brilliant sun of bodhicitta dawn in each and every heart and mind, dispelling the darkness of suffering and confusion unstoppably until all are illumined and awakened. Body, speech, and mind directed toward awakening for the benefit of all beings, without one single exception. All right, for those on social, go to kansascitybuddhistcenter.com and